Welcome to my YouTube channel, where my approach is to share with you relationship advice centered around breakups in a conversational manner as if I am there with you. Relationships, especially the time following a breakup, is one of the worst things we can go through in life. But it doesn't have to be. I'm here to guide you through it, and you're not alone. Cheaters aren't bad people. They're just bad at communicating. Often I hear of breakups that involve infidelity, and I'm not one to condone that. And it is also very easy to crucify those who are cheating or who have cheated in the past. And what is important here is understanding why you did it and how to prevent yourself from repeating it in the future. And we often hear victims say things such as, "Once a cheater, always a cheater." Although I personally have never cheated on any of my previous partners, I do not agree with the statement. And the reason being is that sometimes we are the cause and reason why our partners cheat. They've tried many times in many ways how to communicate with us, how to tell us that their needs aren't being met, and we just don't listen, or we just don't show that we care. And unfortunately, it is a lot more common in us men. Now, guys, I don't want to put us down, but women will often tell us exactly what it is that they want. We just don't necessarily pick up on it. And women, you're not out of the gate as well. Sometimes it's best to just tell men exactly what you want from them instead of hinting and hoping that they'll catch on. Men are dumb. We're very procedural driven. And I'm sure you've heard that men are logical and women are emotional. And although I find that this is partially true in some ways, this doesn't mean that one is right and the other one is wrong. Both men and women are emotional creatures. We just convey our emotions very differently. I've been spending a lot of time on how to better understand women. And I feel as though once you come to understand women, they're a lot more, quote unquote, logical than men are. They want to feel loved through their actions and their love language. They don't want to be told. If you find someone who is open to communication, that is the strongest recipe for a successful relationship. I find that checking in with your partner at least once a week, asking them how they are feeling, what they are doing, and what they are thinking about is very beneficial to the relationship. And oftentimes, men tend to want to problem solve, and they need to learn to listen more. And women, they just want to feel loved, feel comforted, and feel understood. And I'm going to use this example because it was very profound for me when I was working on myself during no contact. The taking out the trash problem or argument. Women will often tell their man to take out the trash. And sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. But eventually, an argument will ensue, and men were left feeling confused and, asking why. Why are you so upset? I did exactly what it is that you asked of me, even if it was a few days later, weeks later. But it's not about that. It's not about the trash. It's about how they are feeling. They're not feeling heard or understood by you. There's a disconnect between how they feel about you. They want to be loved by you. And that's not what they're getting. That's not the feedback they're getting from you. They want to feel loved by you. You can show them you love them, but they have to feel loved. And this is where, if you're not a good communicator, open up about it. Tell your partner and be truthful. You two can possibly engage in counseling together or take a class together or something. Overcome your challenges together as a single unit. But remember that the healthiest relationship is one of great communication, but also one where you are each other's team member. No matter what, you are always on their side. The moment it becomes you versus them, that is a relationship that's on its downward slope and downward path to separation. And the reason why I didn't talk about cheating as much here in a video that's labeled, cheating, is that simply because it's just a breakdown in communication. It's just a lack of or poor communication between two people within the relationship. You're not feeling loved. You're not feeling heard or understood by your partner. And therefore, you seek that validation from someone else who's giving that to you. And I'm sure even those of you that have never cheated on, at least one time or another in your relationship, have fantasized about cheating with someone who can validate you in ways that your significant other couldn't. And I want to remind you that cheaters aren't bad people. They're just bad at communicating. And if you have ever been cheated on, instead of focusing on blaming them, look inwards and ask yourself, what did I feel I did that contributed to them cheating on me? Work on yourself. Improve upon strengthening your communication within a relationship. I'm sure that won't happen again if you do spend the time and invest within yourself. But remember that no matter what happens, everything will be okay. I promise.